to be here. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. And this morning, I'm very happy to be here. Tell me, my brothers and sisters, where you're watching me from. And I want to leave a message of what we were taught, and I wanted to share this knowledge with my fellow brothers and sisters. And on Sunday, I did not share, what we were taught in the steward service. And one thing that is evident is that you're not a leader when you have been chosen. You're not a leader. Your business is not to occupy a seat. When you're elected a leader, your business is not to occupy a seat. You have been elected by the people to articulate their grievances. Because if you are a leader and your business is not to articulate the problems of Mwananchi, if you are a leader and your business is not to articulate the problems of those who elected you, then you're simply a spectator. And you're like an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or a Manchester United fan. And in this issue that is being talked about, we're talking about the issue of Ebola. If you're an elected leader and you're just occupying the seat in Parliament or in the Senate, and you're not contributing to the discussion, to the national discussion, then you're simply a spectator. You're just simply like a spectator. You're an Arsenal fan, like the way they spectate football. You're just an Arsenal fan or a Manchester United fan. You're a spectator. You don't want to collide with anybody, and you're an elected leader, then it means you're just a Manchester United fan. You have been elected to occupy a seat. You are a seat occupier. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are elected by the people of this country, you have not been elected to occupy that seat. You have been elected to represent those who elected you. Now, if you're a leader and on serious issues like Ebola, you're simply watching like, watching live. Nina watch, mina cheki tu, mina watch. Nilikucheki, ukibonga. Yet you have been elected. Then it means you are just a spectator. And it is this kind of spectatorship that is why we are not able to deal with issues. Because everybody is a spectator, everybody is a national fan. You have been elected and you are just there. And we're watching live from Japan. Uko hapo kwa comment section. I'm watching live, and you are an elected, you are an MP, you are a senator. But on issues of the issues of national interest, the issues of public interest, uko hapo kwa comment section. Watching live from Japan. That kind of mentality, or that kind of free riding, you're just riding on the wave of issues, that is no wonder. No wonder. We are here to consume, and it's called consumer mentality. Everybody nowadays is a consumer. We don't want to be part. I don't want I don't want enemies. So if you don't want enemies, then why did you say that you want to join politics in the first place? It is like a doctor or it is like a pastor who is running away from demons. Are you genuinely a pastor? If you're a doctor, you see, I saw yesterday doctors went for strike. If you're genuinely a doctor, how can a doctor run away from a disease? It's like a pastor running away from demons. Or it's like a police officer running away from thieves. If you're a police officer, it's like a police officer running away from, you're a police officer, you are seeing people stealing, and instead of solving the issue, you are running away from the issue. So it means you are a con man, you are a fraudster, you are not what you say you are. That is the problem with Kenya. How can you be a doctor and you are afraid of a disease, and that disease is not in Kenya? All these doctors who went for strike, how can you be a doctor afraid of a disease that is in Congo? How can you? You see, what you're trying to tell Kenyans is that, you're not ready to serve Kenyans. You are here to occupy. We are here to occupy office. You are an office occupier. You're just here to enjoy, the benefits of being in office. But when it comes to actual work, or when it comes to your conscience, you're conscious you're cautious of risk. Yeah, you're saying it's risky. How can you be a doctor talking about risk? I don't understand. How can you say that you are a soldier, and a soldier who is running away from battle? Then it means you are not genuine. Any questions up to there? Then it means you're just a spectator, like an Arsenal fan. And that is the problem that we are facing now. Everybody is a spectator. And if you are a senator or a governor or a politician and you are running away from the problem, you are telling Kenyans how we are going to fail. Why is it that there's nobody telling Kenyans how they're going to succeed? Any questions up there? So, ladies and gentlemen, this conversation of Ebola, you're telling us that we should not build the facility in Kenya. And if you're telling us that we should not build the facility in Kenya, my question to you is, where should the facility be built? It seems that you know the answers, and you don't want us to look for the answers. You know the answer. Where do you want us to build the facility? Do you want the facility to be built in Uganda? We have been given an opportunity. This is foreign direct investment. We have been given an opportunity to build this facility here in Kenya. Yet we are running away from money. How can we run away from money? My dear brothers and sisters, let us stop looking at this from a very myopic, let's take the burden and also we'll take the benefits. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be here. Any questions up to there? I've been seeing people, we cannot be running away from the problem. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Any question? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe, and comment. Any questions? What we'll have for those who need to know is called the first mover advantage, because we will be the first country in Africa to have these facilities. There's no other country that will have these facilities, just us, you know. So for those who are saying that we should first take care of ourselves, how can we take care of ourselves when we don't have a defense mechanism against any eventuality? That is, if we build these facilities in Kenya, that is our first line of defense. Any questions up to there? And for those who are against, any questions up to there, feel free to subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be here, and welcome to our stream. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? I'm very happy this morning to be here, and tell me where you're watching me from. You can join me in this stream anytime, anywhere. Any questions? So I just wanted you guys to know that fearing the disease will not solve our problem. All right. And this is not anything to do with Ruto. Ebola has nothing to do with Ruto, but we want to politicize the issue. This Ebola thing is about securing our health sector. It's not about Ruto. It is not about Ruto, because Ruto will go, but Ebola will stay. Ruto will eventually come out of office, but we'll still have the same problem. So why don't we deal with the problem while we can? Why don't we deal with the problem while we can? Any questions up to there? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I'm very happy this morning to be here. It is 7 in the morning. Why is it that we want to just generate chaos? In fact, for now, they say that we are exporting chaos. What people are getting from Kenya, those who are watching news, we are exporting chaos. Any questions up to there? And if chaos was to be packaged, and Kenyans, we are very good in creating chaos and finding an excuse to fight. We're looking for an excuse to go to the streets to throw stones. When will we start reasoning and looking at the issues from all angles instead of going to the streets all the time to fight? Any questions up to there? That is the issue here, is that Ebola is being politicized by some individuals. They want people to go to the streets. They're the ones benefiting from the issue of Ebola. They're trying to make Ebola Kikuyu. It is only Kikuyu politicians who are trying to make Ebola Kikuyu. You're trying to give it a Kikuyu name. You're trying to personalize Ebola. That is the problem that we are having right now. Any questions up to there? And you see, the thing is, because we are calling you out and we are telling you what you are doing, that is a disservice to Kenyans. You are denying Kenyans an opportunity to research just because you want to make Ebola Kikuyu. You want to make Ebola a Kikuyu issue. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment, and tell me where you're watching me from. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to be here this morning, and I will tell you the truth without fear or favor. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? And I'm very happy. And if you're new to this channel, uh, feel free to be here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions up to there? I am very happy to be here. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Do you enjoy our channel? Kindly subscribe and comment. Any questions? Thank you for subscribing, and I'm very happy. Let's continue, continue subscribing. Let us continue this conversation later, and yes, arrivederci.